Hello, everybody, and welcome to the customer Zoom. My name is Ray Dietrich, and our whole goal tonight is to show you some best use, some best practices. You just got this ketone stuff. We're going to tell you how to use it, what it's good for, all that, and then how to get it cheaper and even how to get it free. So if that sounds good, we're going to be trying to be super quick tonight, probably 20 minutes in and out of here. I'm going to bring on my buddy, Dr. Jeremy Thornton, and he's going to talk about ketones and all the goodness behind it.
Welcome, guys. My name is Dr. Jeremy Thornton. I'm an internist, a clinical nutritionist, and a chiropractic physician in Missouri. I've been practiced 20 years. And, when this technology first got brought up to me by Dr. Annette, who is on here, I believe, I thought Dr. Annette had lost her marbles. She told me that there was a new supplement that was able to put your body into ketosis in under an hour. So needless to say, I was a little skeptical. Anybody else a little skeptical like me? Yeah. So I said, well, send me a sample. And she sent me a sample, me and my wife a sample. And she told me just to shake a half of a packet up and in some water and drink it. And like most doctors, I didn't listen. I shook the whole packet up and drank it. And I had what I call a first dose experience. So basically it lit me up like a Christmas tree. I didn't know what had happened, but I had brain fog lift that I didn't even know I had until this occurred. I had energy just went through the roof. And so I thought, well, what in the world happened? I still didn't believe I was in ketosis, right? I thought, well, there's got to be some crazy amount of caffeine, maybe some kind of stimulant. So then I had to go to the office. I had to do the little pee strip, right? We had to test it out. Then I had to do the blood testing, and sure enough, I had ketones. So, I wasn't in ketosis. I drank this stuff. I was in ketosis. I kind of had a mind-blown moment that this just happened. So I remember calling Dr. Annette and I said, I don't know what this stuff is, but if it's legal, I want some more. So that was my beginning to the ketone conversation. And so many of you are probably wondering, what is a ketone or what is this ketone conversation all about? And so ketones, a lot of people think that the ketone conversation in the ketogenic diet started with Dr. Atkins, right? Anybody do the Atkins diet, over 20 years ago? So that's when I first got introduced, like 30 million other people, to ketones, and the ketone conversation was Dr. Atkins. But what most people don't realize is that the ketone diet has been studied for 100 years. And early studies were on, they found out that ketones and ketosis could treat drug-resistant cases of epilepsy in children. And so, the early studies on ketones and the ketogenic lifestyle had nothing to do with fat loss, right? Many of us come to this conversation with, importance of fat loss, right? But the early studies were on children and what ketones could do for kids' brains. So it's pretty exciting to see where the research lies. In fact, right now they say that there's been more studies in the last 5 years on ketones and ketosis than the previous 100 years combined. That's how excited the scientific community and academia is about this ketone conversation and what ketones can do for human health. So when you look at the scientific research and you talk to these researchers and these scientists, they're not excited about the fat loss benefits of ketones. Now, maybe some of you were, I was excited about that part. But what they're excited about is what ketones are doing for the human brain, both young and old. What ketones are doing for, cardiovascular issues. What ketones are doing for the immune system, for longevity, for human performance. It just goes on. And that's what scientists are extremely excited about, is in these areas. And so what we do know is that ketones provide 30% more energy than glucose. Isn't that amazing? So 30% more energy across the board than glucose can, and it doesn't require insulin to get inside the cell, because most people here in America have some degree of insulin resistance, right? Or some degree of blood sugar problems, and ketones can march right in. And that's probably why so many people experience energy pretty rapidly when they try ketones. We do know that the ketones are the preferred fuel source for muscles, heart, liver, and brain. And the studies show that ketosis increases heart efficiency by 25% and cerebral or brain blood flow by 39%. So those are some pretty amazing things that we do know about ketones and ketosis. So now we're going to talk about the benefits that you might experience by incorporating ketones into your lifestyle. We're going to talk about some best practices, some ideas on what to do with ketones, how to take them, what else you might want to do with your lifestyle or with your diet. And so if there's any questions, make sure you hold on to those, and we'll open it up to questions in just a little bit. So I'm going to name some benefits, and if you've experienced those benefits, I want you, they're on here, I want you to raise your hand for me nice and big, okay? First thing we're going to talk about is fat loss. Has anybody experienced fat loss by using ketones? Okay, a lot of folks. Muscle preservation and strength gain. Anybody experience that? Awesome. Fast and sustained energy. Awesome, everybody. Reduced brain fog, increased focus. Appetite suppression. Awesome. Better mood. My wife says that's me. Better sleep, better digestion, and clear skin. So those are just a few of the benefits that you might experience by utilizing this ketone technology. Some best practices. What I recommend is just to start with a half a pack your very first serving. Not like me. Don't do a half a pack your first serving and then the other pack your second serving. Not because that I expect any side effects, but because some people have not experienced this kind of energy, and it can be quite powerful, like I experienced. So that's what I recommend. 1 serving a day is considered therapeutic. 2 servings a day is considered optimum. When should we take ketones? And so I don't think there's any bad time to take ketones. I just had some ketones just a second ago. So I tell people to take it when they need to feel their most awesomest, right? And so if that's you're sluggish in the morning, have trouble getting going, you might want to do your ketones in the morning. If you have that afternoon slump, you might want to do your ketones in the afternoon, or do them both. So water intake is important. We do know that ketosis has a natural diuretic action that can pull fluid out, can pull inflammation out. So we want to put that fluid back. At least drink half your body weight in ounces a day. So if you're 200 pounds, that would be 100 ounces of water intake per day. You want to shake it up in at least 12 to 32 ounces of water. You can also get fancy and put it in unsweetened almond milk and put some in your coffee. There's all kinds of things you can do with ketones. You can drink them hot, you can drink them cold. And try to get at least 7 hours of sleep each night. And if you are using ketones for fat loss, make sure you're using your tape measure as well as weighing, because we do know that oftentimes people will shrink before the scale shows that. So I don't like the scale. I tell people to throw it away or give it to somebody they don't like. So diet for best results. What kind of diet should we plan? What I usually recommend is for people to decrease their sugar, their breads, their grains, their starchy vegetables, increase their green leafy vegetables, their meats, their healthy fats. But the neat thing about this technology is that this is called diet-independent ketosis, meaning no matter what you're eating or what diet plan you're following, this product will cause ketosis 100% of the time and 100% of the people that take it. So I don't recommend McDonald's and ketones, but I do have patients that for one reason or another, they cannot follow a strict ketogenic lifestyle, or maybe some people just don't want to. Or I have vegetarian patients. And so they can all benefit from elevated blood ketone levels, whether they can get into ketosis through diet or not. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's all I had. Hope I didn't ramble too much. Anybody have any questions about ketones, ketosis, this amazing technology? Feel free to unmute yourself or type it in the chat box. And then if not, I'm going to turn it over to Ray.
See, this is why I invite the smart guys around, because like you just like went all science on me. I love it. It's all the stuff that I can't remember. So thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Any questions from anybody on that part? Pop them in the chat and we'll hit them afterwards. So we're going to jump right into the next quick session. So our goal is to get you out of here. You can see my screen okay? Okay, cool. So here's the thing. Like when I bring in a customer into Pruvit, my entire goal is that the only time that they're purchasing ketones is the very first time. And after that, hopefully they can get free product. Like that's my goal to people. If they want to commit to that with me, I commit that to with them, that I'm going to help them get their product for free after the first purchase. So let me kind of talk to you about the not the business side, but like the nuts and bolts side of how to get cheaper stuff, right? Because everybody likes cheaper stuff. Everybody likes discounts. Here's the thing. If you're buying ketones and you're not on SmartShip, you are just sending extra money to Pruvit. How's that for something? You get a 22% monthly savings. It's 22%, so it brings it down from about $130 to around $102 just by activating SmartShip. Now, what is SmartShip? People get nervous about that word. They think that they're going to get into something they can't cancel, they can't get out of. It's just going to keep coming and keep coming if they don't want it, and all those things that are associated with that. That's not what we do here, okay? You can change the date anytime. You can cancel with a click anytime. You don't have to call anybody. You don't have to do anything. It's super easy, and it's an easy way to get your ketones for 22% off. The next thing that you get, because you're on SmartShip, it's like a thank you from Pruvit, is every 4th month, they send you a box of ketones. Sometimes it might be one of the other products, but usually it's ketones, right? How would you like a free box of ketones every 4th month just because you decided to save 22%? That's what we're talking about. Okay, that's the basic of the basic of the basic of this. And I pulled up this little screenshot. So if you're a current customer and you want to get on auto ship, or if you want to change the date of your auto ship, you just go into your cloud. If you don't remember, it's just cloud.justpruvit.com. You go in there, and right in the homepage, you click home, and these options are sitting here. We're not hiding SmartShip. You can cancel SmartShip with a click. Okay, you can edit your run date. This is another thing. Some people, hey, your SmartShip's coming in on the 4th. You know, you may not have your money till the mid-month. Just change it. So I'm telling you this because this is where people end up paying too much for their product because they're nervous about being on a monthly, if that makes sense. So it's easy to get out of, is what I'm saying, right? So most people never want to, but that's what keeps people from doing that and enjoying that discount. So again, it's 22% off on SmartShip, and you get free product, a free box of something every 4 months. Pretty awesome. So moving on to the next little piece here, and I'm keeping it quick. That's how you get your product for 22% off. Now, you can get it for free, and you don't have to sign up in a business. You don't have to become a rep or a promoter or do any of those things unless you want to, right? Because we think it's awesome, but you don't have to do that to enjoy free product every month. All it takes is you referring 2 of your friends, family, whatever, to do the product with you. And let's face it, most people can go, if you're on ketones and you're going through all these benefits, maybe you're losing some weight, maybe you're feeling great, you probably have a couple people that would want to do that with you. You probably know just 1 or 2 people, hopefully 2, that want to feel better with you. So by simply sharing it with them, having them almost do it with you, maybe as an accountability partner, if you get 2 people on SmartShip as a customer, not as a rep, not in the business, nothing like that, 2 people on SmartShip, your product's free every month. Okay, technically they average out the cost, and you get, if they both spend $100, you get $100 free product every month. Okay, so that's how it works. 2 on SmartShip, you get your product for free. Okay, so it's one of those things where if you want to find out how, I can show you exactly how to get into action right now. So if that's okay, I'll check for questions first. We can go through questions. And if you want to find out how to go about getting a free product without being a weirdo trying to chase people down the street and sign them up, we're going to show you some easy, quick action steps right now. So hang out. Let me check here and see if there's any questions. All right. Let me just check this real quick. Okay, we're good. No questions. And looks like people are sticking around. So I guess you want to find out how to get your product for free. So that's cool. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to join the business, right? Like, that's important. Some people don't want to do the business. Awesome, cool. We love it. It's awesome. I mean, it set me financially free. I was a cop for 17 years, and now I'm not. So I love it, but a lot of people don't get it, right? So here's how it works. There's a couple different easy things to do. Like I said, you probably have a few people, 5, 10 maybe, that you could hit them up. Like, they're your friends who you work out with, or you're in spin class with, or Orange Theory, whatever it is. Hey, what do you know about ketones? Have you tried these things yet? A simple question like that to a couple friends might elicit a response where you can be like, hey, I'm thinking about trying them, and they said I can get it for free with 2 people. Would you do it with me? There we go. Like, that's what we're talking about. Just an easy, quick text to people you know. Not a big deal. You're not asking them to sign up into a business. You're asking them to do some product with you and feel better. Like, I used to get really nervous about contacting anybody about anything for selling. But with something like this, it's like, why wouldn't you want your family members and friends to feel better with you? Like, it's the healthiest thing that I do in my life is taking ketones. So I want to share it with everybody, right? There's other things you can do after, if you don't feel like texting, or in addition to that, to get your 2 so you're free, we use social posts. They're curiosity posts. We don't post, hey, I need 2 people to sign up with me for ketones. Please buy right away so I get mine for free. That's probably not going to be the best answer or best thing for you to do. You're not going to get the best results. So here's a couple posts, okay? And this is a post I stole from one of our promoters, Mandy. She's awesome. And it's just simple, okay? It's simple curiosity. You can take a picture of yourself. You can take a picture of your drink, and then tag the person who brought it to you. So say Billy on here was my customer for ketones. Billy would post, wow, tag me, Ray Dietrich. I can't believe how amazing I feel with these PTKs. My energy is off the charts and I'm shrinking so fast. There's a couple things going on with a post like this. Number one, they're going to be like, what's a PTK? And when they do, Pure Therapeutic Ketones, have you ever tried them? That's all you need to do, really. If they have interest, they're going to talk to you about it. Also talking about shrinking and energy and how you feel amazing, things like this that these ketones bring you, they will draw out interest. A lot of people don't feel good. Does that make sense? Most people walking around in this country don't feel amazing all the time. You have something that could help them feel better. So don't be afraid to share it, right? Another post idea, and this is like the old go-to. We've been using this for a long time. And I used it with a promoter that came in and launched today, and he had great results. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? A post as simple as that will generate more reaction than you think, probably. 3 years ago, when we started with this ketone conversation, nobody even knew what ketosis was, ketones, keto, and we had to educate everybody about everything. Now, you put up a post like mentioning ketones or ketosis, people are going to be interested. It's a very popular diet. People aren't that successful on the diet portion, but it's popular, very popular, right? So posts like that will get you responses. Now, don't go into a debate on the post in the comments. Just text the person, call them, do a message. Hey, I'm trying these ketones. They're making me feel great. Would you like to try them with me? I get them free if you do. I can help you get them free. Whatever, right? Another thing you can do is say, I signed up Billy and he's buying ketones. He's my customer. He tells me, hey, Ray, I want to get my stuff for free. I'm like, cool. Let's do a Facebook Live together. Let's just do a Facebook Live and talk about ketones. Generate some info or some responses from your audience and help you, get a couple sales. So you're free. It's that easy, right? There's things to help you. This is a giant support community. Even if you're a customer, like we support you and we'll help you. If you tell whoever brought you here that you want your product for free, they're going to help you. Like they'll launch you as a customer and get your product for free. Okay. You can have a quick mixer. Now, this one gets people nervous. Okay. A mixer. Oh, I'm going to have to draw circles on a board and I'm going to have to learn these flip charts. I'm going to have to do all this stuff and learn speech. No. I'm talking, hey, Billy, hey, Jeremy, hey, Chuck, what are you doing tomorrow? I've got these crazy drink called ketones. Come over. Let's mix them up. We can try them together. They're making me feel awesome. 3, 4, 5 people at your house. That's a mixer. Have them try the ketones. Don't hide them from people. Well, people will naturally buy them and then your product will be for free, right? There is one warning I will give you. Here's the warning, the disclaimer-ish warning. If you go down the route and you're like, hey, I want free ketones, and you go out and you get your 2 people, your friends who are on SmartShip with you and your ketones are free, if you refer a third, you're throwing away money. It's gone. You're lighting it on fire. So if you get to the point where your product is free, you're feeling good, you're a month, 2 months, 3 months into this and feeling great on ketones, and you end up, because this is what happens. You'll be walking down the street, somebody lost like 20, 30 pounds. You'll be walking into your office, you'll be walking into your gym. People who know you're going to be like, what are you doing? How did you lose all this weight? Or why do you seem so happy or whatever? And you're going to naturally be telling people. So what happens is someone who gets free product and gets their 2, they'll end up getting a third. And what happens when they get a third is that person gets to come in, get all the benefits, get SmartShip, get their product, all these awesome things, but you get 0 credit for it. You get nothing. So if you're going to continue past 2, that's when you want to look at being a promoter, because you're losing money. Like you can make money if you're going to continue. So that's something to think about. So that's all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. If anybody is on here who wants to get personally launched, stick around or get back to the person who brought you here. We can help you with that in detail. So I've been rambling for a few minutes. I'm going to check the chat. I think we're good. Anybody have any questions at all? Too easy. Unmute, pop them in the chat, whatever. Let's see here.
If you can't unmute, raise your hand and we'll unmute you.
It looked like Bull Mastiff Mom was raising her hand.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can find here.
Just one like that. I don't know.
Let me unmute you. Maybe. Or not. It won't let me. Okay. So I'm gonna stop the recording real quick.